Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes,
Is it full screen?
yes.
So we are moving on to roofing now. Okay. I think we did the flooring last time, and very similar to that, we'll be moving on to the roofing. Okay. Now, the basic principles don't change. Has the recording begun?
Yes.
Just did.
Yeah. So, yes, so the basic principles of flooring or roofing remain the same throughout. जो भी है, whichever material that we are talking about. No, today's roofing, then till next time. हाँ, Shirish is also joining. ठीक है? So जो भी है material, timber हो, steel हो, concrete हो, suppose concrete, I can replace these with concrete beams, I can replace this with timber joists, right? That system remains the same. And based on the span that you have primary beams, you have secondary beams, and then you have your columns that take the load down. Okay. Now, we keep discussing primary beams, secondary beams all the time. Which are the primary beams? Which are the secondary beams? The primary beams are the beams that are taking all the load. Can you see this one here? That's the primary beam. It is taking the load of these secondary beams that are resting on it. Okay. So these secondary beams are helping us span the load of that roof, in this case the roof, to be taken down to this primary beam and then taken down vertically to these columns. Okay. So that is something which is very clear, right? We've done it right from the first year. ये सब load इधर जाएगा, सब load इधर आएगा, and then the load will come down. Yeah, is this clear? It's very simple. Now these members, right, is what we are always grappling with. ये क्या member होना चाहिए, right? Typically for beams we use the I section, correct? Now based on the load you take a wide flange I section or you have a regular I section. Okay, very simple. Now in between these spanning members that you can see, these members, right? These are like a very simple lightweight kind of uh, truss, very lightweight. These are not the heavy kind of trusses that we talk about usually. These are the just kind of spanning trusses in between that help to again bridge this whole gap to take the roofing material. That's all that they are. Okay. In this case they've shown a slight overhang of the roof. So in this case this is the overhang, right? And because there's an overhang, because or you have to take care of this load here, ये जो इधर act होगा force, they have put here what we call as web fasteners. So that is your I beam, right? You will have plates that are web fasteners here. Okay, that will be welded here at this edge. Okay, so that's all there is to it, correct? And this is now resting on your primary beam. This is your secondary beam. This is your primary beam. There are web fasteners exactly at this point because that's where the load is going to come. Correct? Simple. Very straightforward. Yeah. Now in this case, they're showing you the roofing, the corrugated sheet that we've seen earlier. We saw last time that they can be simple corrugated sheets or there can be cellular ones which are packed from niche. Yeah. So any of these we can have here. These are fixed to this beam, correct? That's again the secondary beam. Here's the primary beam. That's the corrugated sheet which is going through it. And again, this is your choice of your filling material. Remember, we saw concrete filling. So there can be precast concrete panels, there can be concrete filling, there can be tiling, there can be anything on top. In this case here, let me get rid of those lines so you can see. Yeah. In this case here, there is this kind of a precast panel which is acting like the cladding or the curtain wall for this facade. Okay. Now, how you fix this? Now, these are the questions that you guys keep asking. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? Since we're dealing with a very versatile kind of material like steel, we really don't have to bother. Huh? We only have to bother when it comes to calculation. But otherwise, we don't have to bother. We have the freedom of fixing it any which way we want to. Okay. So I can replace this thing here. I can replace this thing here by a weld instead of a bolt. Okay. Right. The only question will be is because I have to bolt, I have to make holes through it, I have to punch holes through it, and hence I will have to undergo some calculation to understand how do I need to strengthen this joint. Okay. So you don't need to worry too much about all this, but you need to understand how this assembly takes place. That's all. So again, you have this secondary beam, you have the primary beam, you have them bolted with angle bolts. In this case, there are angles here. You have a spliced cantilever because यहाँ पे end पे इतना load नहीं आने वाला है. We want this part to be stronger than this. So I save on material by using this kind of a slice. Okay. There's also a plate on top here to join these together. Again, that can be welded. Above that, you continue to have your corrugated sheet or your concrete panels or tiles or whatever it is. Have you got this? Have you got this very simple basic principle of doing this?
Yep.
Okay. Similarly for the sloping roof. No difference again, right? Very similar to what we did in timber. Now in this case, there's no truss. These are just multiple joists that I use. These are joists, correct? The complete like ribs kind of a thing. Again, they in this case they have indicated I-beams. These are the sloping members which are resting on this main I-beam over here that I can see. The span of there's somebody's mic that's on. Just wait till this aircraft or helicopter goes. Yeah. Okay. The span of this is determined by uh, by the load that the roofing material is going to pose over it, right? What is the load that's coming on it? And the spanning of this is determined by the size of that roofing material. Very simple, similar to what we did in timber. So these probably would be uh, equated with the battens that we did in timber, and these are those common rafters, or these are purlins and these are common rafters. If you need battens, you can always overlay them with battens again, right? Again, these are I sections. These could be I sections or these could be C sections, right? They could also be C sections. That's not a problem. What I see here also looks like an I member, these purlins, okay? How do you fix this on this? Again, with a weld, with the help of a plate. Uh, okay, not an issue. The way that I fix it. How this fixes on this, again, not an issue. You come down as a slope. This is a straight member here. How do you fix this onto the I-beam like this? Which would mean I probably would have a gusset plate. I would have a base plate which can be bolted. Okay, simple. This is again, like I said, this is up to you. This is not a rigid connection. This is a shear connection. Okay, simple. Did you understand? Is this simple enough?
Yes.
Oh, good. Now we come to the larger kind of spans. Okay. You know what this thing is called? Anyone?
Okay, castellated beam.
Correct. So these are the larger beams, or what we would probably term as improved beams, because you want to go uh, larger, right? You want to span larger, but again, these are light in weight. Okay. As you can see from the picture itself, they're quite light in weight. They're hollowed out, right? Okay. So you flame cut, the same standard I section is taken. It is flame cut, that means it's heated to a high temperature and then cut. So it's flame cut and it follows this zigzag pattern, right? Utna काट के बीच वाला part you remove because we don't need it. We don't want to add to the weight of the whole thing. So we remove, it's not required structurally. That portion of the member is not taking any load. So that's taken off. Okay. And then they are welded together again. This thing helps in spanning larger spans. Okay. So that's quite simple to understand. But they don't take themselves don't take a lot of load. You must understand this. I can't load it very heavily with something. Huh? I can load it with a general kind of roofing material, halka sa or whatever. They themselves can't take really very high loads. Okay. So after that, एक minute, this got stuck. Did my slide move?
No, Mamta. Also, I had a doubt.
Shravan,
Yeah.
to answer your question, yeah, you are looking at the hexagon, which is cut, but look at the triangle, which is not cut. Shravan,
Ah,
is that
the inverted
Yeah.
triangles, right? Right.
It is not the hexagon is what is cut out, but what is remaining is the material, right?
Right, right.
That's they're like two
Hourglass.
triangles. They're two triangles that are put one on top of the
Right.
other. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So then moving forward from this, we come to custom made kind of girders. Okay. This has been created specifically for a structure. So you can see here instead of all those hexagonal cuts, there are different kinds of cuts which are accommodating the services through it. So there are probably pipes or electrical work or whatever that is running through these, which is why they have been cut. Also, there is this shape that is given based on what is the load that's coming here, what is the load that's coming here, and things like that. Okay. So understand that steel gives you this kind of freedom. I mean, easy freedom. ऐसा नहीं है कि RCC doesn't give you the freedom, but steel made becomes easier because you have these prefabricated or these are all ready plates that you can see, which just need to be welded together to create this thing. So this probably is done at the factory itself, and then it is brought to site and then placed and bolted. Okay, all these members are ready. They'll be cut because you will have to cut this at an angle. You'll have to weld it here. You might want to put a plate there. So all this is prepared before bringing it on site. Okay. Then we come to the rigid frame. Now, till now we were talking about the shear connection, right? In this case now, this becomes rigid. This connection here is welded and completely fixed. Okay, right? And here again, like you see, these can be these purlins which are reducing the span to take the roofing material are either I sections, they mention Z shape, okay, so could be like this, or they can be C sections. But like I said, essentially, this is a rigid connection. It's what we call as a portal, right? And this helps in, as they mentioned here, taking any kind of lateral force that the structure is subject to. Okay? And which is why they need to be braced, right? There's lateral force acting on it, and these members also then need to get braced. So there are these very slender, maybe cords, maybe angles or whatever that are put here to brace this together. Okay, and then you can clad it or whatever. You can see these multiple tiny members here. They take the roofing material on that. Okay, so these are rigid ones. These were not rigid. These are shear connections in this case. You can see that, right? While these are rigid connections or portals. That's a larger, better image. So this is the roofing material. This is the welded rigid connection here. But check out the span. Okay, it's a large span. So based on the use of the building, the function of that building or that space, you choose the kind of structure that you want. Okay. Again, the shape, if you look at the shape here, all this is arising out of the load that has to get transferred. Okay. Very interesting kind of joinery here and a number of examples. If you see a very early example of the turbine factory, you can Google it and check it out, which is not a kind of formal portal, but it acted like a portal frame, and they have and had very interesting kind of joinery here at the base. Okay, don't worry too much about this because portal frame is not something that we do at this level, but yeah, you need to understand. This is a typical shop drawing done by hand. This is what goes to the fabricator, yeah, or the fabricator based on the structural engineer's design or calculations creates this drawing. Okay, so just yeah,
Mamta,
yeah,
one very important thing for everyone to remember is
yeah,
that see in this case, if you see, there are two L's that are actually connected at the bottom. Okay, it's not an I section, it's not a box section. Okay, can you see the bottom member?
this,
Actually, all members are, yeah, they're all L sections.
yeah, they're all
They're all
angles,
L's,
correct, they're
all
all
angles
angles,
that are connected, and they will double up, and then you will get you will get a T. Okay. What is important to understand when you draw this in your drawings, whether it is this or any other kind of a truss, is that there will be the line of CG, okay, that will move through your truss. Okay, that that line of CG of every member has to intersect at a point. You understand? Like if you see, if you put your focus on the diagonal member WB, okay, it says it's 8 feet something. Okay, there's a line of CG which is going and meeting the line of CG of the other triangular part and the line of CG of the top member. It meets at a point. Okay, this is very important. When you guys are drawing your trusses, you guys are just drawing the trusses without the logic. Okay, it's so please take a look at this drawing carefully. Okay, you will see that the line of CG in every case is actually meeting the line of CG of the other member. Okay, only then the truss is behaving as a complete truss. If they are not intersecting, then there are eccentric motions in the truss.
yeah,
Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, good point, Suresh. Yeah, so this is what one needs to engage with in uh, creating, actually sending it to the fabricator to get everything done. Okay, it's a complicated thing. It's easier these days with software, of course, but yes, right. So yeah, talking about trusses, this is what Shirish was saying, right? You have to ensure that at these points, right, if I draw that center line, dash dot, everywhere, this has to meet properly at this point. Okay, right, Shirish?
Mamta, it's not just the center line; it is the line
Yeah.
of CG. Because see, the center line in a I section, okay, is different. So, or for example, the center line in an L section is different, and the line of CG is
Correct,
different.
correct,
Yeah.
correct.
So it's not the center line.
I
But if
don't
you're
know.
using,
Let me
if
see
you
after this if I have an image from the first year presentation where I think the CG has been marked. I'll just check
yeah,
it out. Yeah.
so then and generally with each
That's,
section you have in the table there is also the general position of where the line of CG will lie. You know,
right, right.
so but I'm saying when you're making the drawing, I think most of you guys are using box sections or I sections. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. At least if it's an I section or a box section, the CG generally lies in the center of the section. Yeah. So you can definitely use the center line for most of your drawings. Yeah. Thanks, ma'am.
Yeah. No, so yeah, I think you're right. I don't know if you can get control or whatever. Let me try and show it here. So like Shirish says, if this is a box section, assume that it has a thickness. My CG is definitely going to pass through here, right? As against where the CG is going to be if it's an L section, right? CG यहाँ के center में नहीं होने वाला है, somewhere यहाँ पे होने वाला है. You understand? So I have to ensure that this is taken right now, Shirish. This is
Yeah,
taken
exactly.
care of.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right? Okay. Yeah, so this is exactly what he's saying. You have to ensure with all the L's that the CG is in place. Okay, that's how it will work together as one entire system. Right? Now again, similarly to what I was talking about, these connections, apart from the fact that you have them in line, you can do it any which way. You have the freedom of doing it any which way. They can be bolted, they can be welded, right? And there are these plates that assist you to put these members together. So this is a plate, this is an L section, this is an L section. You can see from the double line, right? This is an L section, this is an L section. Again, these are two L's over here. And this plate is enabling the L sections to get received and to meet here. Okay. So then this whole member now starts acting as one. The entire truss starts acting as one. Again, we have similar members to the timber. You have your purlins and you have your roofing material. If you have a roofing material which doesn't span much, you can have smaller L angles to take on the roofing material. That depends on what your finishing material is. Okay. Again, here there is a plate. You can see there's a plate over here which enables it to fix onto this. You might have an I-beam here or whatever, or an RCC beam, whatever. Now that's again your choice. Yeah, so different kind of trusses that are available. You have to understand the way the load gets transferred based on these trusses. So different, like I said, we won't get into the detail of trusses, but you have the freedom of working with this. Here you can see this built up girder that is being fixed onto again a column which is not just a single member, it's a composite member. Okay, there's bracing here, and this is really a heavy girder. Okay, put in place and then it is bolted. Okay, again now this is back to cladding it or back to the roofing material. You have lightweight girders like this. You can see this end connection here bolted with the help of a plate, and you have your say corrugated sheet or concrete panels or whatever, right? To actually roof this place. There is a slight slope that is given to take care of the water. Yeah. So the slight slope is achieved by the sizes of the members. There is a slight difference in the size of the member which allows for that slope. Here there is a very distinct slope that I can see. Yeah. End connections. How do you connect this end? This is fixed into a cavity wall. This could be fixed onto an I-beam. Like I said, based on your design, based on your structure, right? You can see this plate here. This girder is cut and it's fixed here. Okay, I can't see my own cursor anyway. In this case, there's an L angle and that is bolted. Okay, again L angle bolted to this. Okay, here there is something like a concrete pad, right? Stone pad हम लोग use करते हैं timber के लिए. This is similar to that, but this is done in RCC. You can see the reinforcement. There is a J bolt that helps it to fix so that you can't easily pull it out. Okay, it doesn't get loose. Here's my corrugated sheet. This is my beam. Okay, and that's the roofing material. a different kind of beam. This is again composite, bolted together with L's, as you can see at this point, right? And bolted here, right? Simple. It's simple. You don't have to worry too much. This is resting on an I-beam instead of the brick wall. This is again resting on an I-beam instead of the brick wall. Here there's concrete roofing that's taking place. This is again bolted here. Okay. This is your external cladding material. Can you see this? This is not a brick wall. This is an external, like a curtain wall kind of an arrangement. Okay. This is probably your main beam, which will rest on the stanchion. आगे जाके. Okay. Have you understood? Is this simple enough to understand? I can see this corrugated sheet as well as my concrete. So this looks like a poured in concrete, but it also could be precast concrete slab. Yeah? Have you understood? I'm not getting any response.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Okay. So now again, this roofing material or that final finish that you want on the roof is your choice. ये concrete हो सकता है, ये wooden tiles हो सकता है, ये stone tiles हो सकता है, whatever it is, right? You can see here these are floorboards in timber, so they can also be placed on it. So there is no restriction as such. Okay, other than the fact that you're concerned about the loading and then you have to calculate the size of these members based on that. So in that sense, steel is very easy to deal with. If you want to have a regular kind of your sloping roofs imitate the timber, you can still do that in steel. Again, you have I sections or C sections here, and these are all the joists. The hip roof, this is another roof, this is another roof. Yeah? Have you understood?
So, Mamta, there were a couple of
Yeah.
questions. One
Yeah.
was about cellular. I think somebody asked about how is a cellular beam different. A cellular beam is the middle flange is constructed out of a plate. Okay, so you are not taking two I sections and cutting them and connecting them. Okay, you are actually fabricating the central part as a single plate from which you cut the holes. Yeah, so you don't have the question of the joint that is there in the other beams that we were looking at, or what are called castellated beams. So that's one. Second question is, if the open web joists have concrete slabs / steel decking plus concrete filled over it, then the joists don't need to have a slope, right? The concrete slab can be sloped directly. Yeah, in a flat roof situation, yeah, you can do the slope in your material that you're adding on top itself. So you can use a concrete slope. Generally, you do the concrete at a flat level, and then you slope with other kind of materials, yeah? And then you do your roofing on top, whichever it is. So it's possible. Can we do IPS flooring in this case? In which case? Sorry, Aditya.
Like the steel roofing, like those bridging trusses or those things.
Yeah, they can reach. They go. IPS is done as a what do you say, as a
Like
surface.
a tiling.
Yeah, as a tiling or a surface. Okay, what you do below it is entirely your thing, right? So you can definitely
Okay.
do an IPS on top.
So we can also put decking, and over the decking we can put IPS.
Yeah, decking
We'll have to put
decking करने के बाद वो decking को fill करना पड़ेगा.
concrete.
concrete से उसको level करना पड़ेगा, और उसके ऊपर फिर तो IPS is done as a top kind of flooring layer, you know?
And
Just
like
like a
what? How do
finish.
we do
Yeah.
for
Like a
the
finish.
edges? Like, do we like put a molding sort of thing? Like
यहाँ
how
पे
it?
you're talking about ना.
हाँ, edges में क्या करना
Okay.
है?
Yeah.
Mamta, तू बता उसको. So one you saw exactly over here. Mamta had shown where
No,
you
if it
have.
is like for the roof and there are no like side like external walls or something.
हाँ तो ये
देखो,
यहाँ पे एंड हो जाएगा ना.
हाँ,
ये यहाँ पे रुक जाएगा, ये मेंबर आएगा नहीं. करेक्ट, दैट्स व्हाट यू सेइंग ना आदित्य.
Yeah.
Correct.
Lekin-
This will end here. You might need a protective kind of
You will need it.
finish. Yeah, you'll need it.
Yeah, you
So
will
if you're
need
talking
something.
about IPS here, you might want to
इसको
turn
पकड़ना
the
पड़ेगा ना.
IPS around. हाँ, ये इधर है ना, ये यहाँ पे turn हो रहा है ना ये. या
Okay.
ऐसे करके turn हो रहा है. Correct?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
giving this slope is given because हम लोग coping में first year में किया था ना.
Yeah,
Parapet
so
को
that
भी
will
हम
be
लोग
the
ने-
same
हाँ,
material, or we put a
Yes.
steel member or something.
Which?
वो भी see
नहीं,
that
यहाँ-
material.
ये
The corner.
ये वाला. No, you can have
Yeah.
mortar over here also ना.
Okay.
यहाँ पे जस्ट फिलिंग ब्रिक हो सकता है, मोटर हो सकता है, ये कोई लोड ट्रांसफर करने वाला मेंबर है नहीं, करेक्ट? एंड
Yeah.
देन आई टर्न माय आईपीएस अराउंड इट, which
Okay.
acts as that flashing or acts as that protection to the edge of this wall. Okay, but this is in case
Okay.
you have like a stone blocks or you have bricks or whatever it is. If you
Yeah.
don't have that and you have this kind of an condition, I can put my cellular this thing on this, put my like the same thing over here, precast concrete slabs or whatever it is, or have the IPS here, and then I ensure. But then in this case, once I do this, I'll have to repeat this. ये मुझे repeat करना पड़ेगा.
Yeah.
And then I just turn that IPS around. I repeat this and I turn
Okay.
that IPS around. That's it. I don't have this precast panel. I don't have, right? That curtain
Okay.
wall thing I don't have.
Okay, got it.
इसमें ममता इसमें सिर्फ एक ही चीज है कि अपने स्ट्रक्चर्स में या इन आवर वेदर द
Yeah. Yes.
kind of instabilities that come, okay,
Correct.
you will find that turn जो तूने किया है ना, ठीक है,
हाँ.
वहाँ पे cracks आएगा, वहाँ पे because the structure is also in certain kind of motion.
Correct. Yeah. So
Okay.
how I neatly do this? Yeah. is
Yeah,
important.
exactly. So generally, I mean, the safer thing I think is to actually do what they have done over here, which is to use a metal kind of yeah, like a folded plate
Yeah.
that wraps around and holds the material in place. Okay, that I would think is a much
Is,
better
yeah,
detail.
is a
Yeah,
much.
is a much
But
better
like I
detail.
said, it's for you to design ना
हाँ, वो
आदित्य.
तू तेरे को डिजाइन
ये
करने का है,
तुम्हारा डिजाइन है.
तेरे को
ये
डिजाइन
कोई
करने का है,
Yeah.
उसमें
ये कोई गिवन नहीं है कि यही है, यही यूज करना है. This is not
Other-
12 standard answer book. Okay.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
this is
Exactly.
your
Yeah.
choice.
The other thing that you can do is you can also raise the side up. Okay, so
Okay.
like over here Mamta has raised
Yeah,
raised
यहाँ
it
पे-
with this little raise
और
किया
है
है.
ये देखना है इधर
हाँ,
पैरापेट है ना,
उसको ऊपर ले,
Yeah.
ये ऊपर ले सकते.
उसको ऊपर ले. That's the most safest. you know.
Yeah.
So what happen? But then वो ऊपर लेने के बाद उसको पैरापेट का जो ट्रीटमेंट है वो करना पड़ेगा, उसको कोपिंग देना
Coping and all
पड़ेगा,
those
Coping.
things.
सब आएगा.
Yeah.
Okay. There are two advantages. One advantage of this is that you're not any point of time letting the water come onto the wall, okay, from the
Yeah.
roof. So you're channelizing the roof in a much better way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's entirely how you detail. But one thing is sure, that the side has to be in some way held. You know.
Hmm.
Okay, go ahead, Mamta. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but it's good. I mean, this is what the class is about, is to discuss all this, right?
Yeah.
Of
Because
how you
ये
want to
Mamta,
hear.
thing is
हाँ.
that we are seeing so many of these things they're drawing in their sections, huh?
Hmm.
Okay, and but they are just left empty right now. They are not
Correct.
really closing the sections.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Okay.
Shirish, that's the point which actually Shravan also raised before we began class. He's saying,
Okay.
what if we do steel in SEM 3, so that in SEM 4 you're equipped to handling, the
But-
thing. So I said, I think the ideal way to do it is do steel and RCC together.
Together.
So there's a comparison. Yeah.
But
So
I mean actually, but
segregating it.
yeah, but
By
the subject is so divided in the sense
Correct,
that
correct.
you are able to go to some degree in depth of the RCC in the semester 1.
Right.
Okay, but in terms of foundation कुछ अलग है ही नहीं इसमें. मतलब steel का foundation is nothing different, ना?
Correct.
Okay, you're not you don't have any other difference in the steel foundations. So that's one aspect which is already similar. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So
Mamta.
no, that's okay. This is the cellular one. It has a plate niche also. That's why it's cellular. It's like a cell. It's complete, right? So नीचे से तुमको flat दिखाई देगा. You won't see this corrugation from underneath. Okay, that's the difference. That is cellular. This is just a regular corrugated sheet. Okay. Yeah. So then again, your sloping roofs, your arrangement can remain the same. If I'm not mistaken, these are C channels that have been used here instead of I-beam. So like we discussed earlier, this is completely your choice. This is a ridge piece, right? This is meeting the ridge piece. That's been bolted together by an angle. This is the end condition. ये तुम्हारा eaves बाहर निकल आ रहा है. So what you place here, this is a C section. Like I said, this is another C, right? ये वाला C and C का connection है. Your eaves is coming out. There's an overhang. Depends on how much you want it, and they will definitely be once you put your finishing material on this, like we discussed now. You can have your eaves piece over here to protect this. Because like Shirish rightly says, in our weather we have to think about this, right? We can't leave these ends exposed like that, okay? Unless we really have high quality anti-corrosive paint or other finishing material. So now based on that understanding, you can create your own kind of gables and dormers and whatever it is in metal, okay? Different materials that you can use. I don't know where my pointer keeps disappearing to. Okay. Did you get it? Right? Then there are of course other examples which are uh, I mean, let's say which are sort of meant for the higher class. These are large tubular members. These are welded there. Some of them can be welded together. Some of them have a ball and socket joint. You here, like you see here. Okay, some of them are joined like this. Some of them are welded together. Some of them are like this. So different kind of joints that we use. These are space frames. You very well know about them. It's a truss in both directions. Truss that works in 3 dimensions. Right? यहाँ पे भी truss है, यहाँ पे भी truss. That becomes a space frame. Otherwise, you have trusses that are just parallel, right, to each other. In this case, they are whatever these beams together. While in this case, they're running in both the directions, which is what makes it what we call as a space frame. They can span large spans, really large, huge spans. Of course, you need to bring the force down. These look very lightweight because these look at the size of the members as compared to the span. We're not getting into details of space frame. This is a geodesic, works in the form of an arch. So the same way like the arch transfers the load is transferred over here. Okay. Again, simple. Yeah. We need not get into details of these complicated structures at your level. Yeah. Now for all the questions and whatever.
Mamta,
Yeah.
does there have to be like with regards to the waterproofing in a flat roof, for example, is there
Yeah.
something that needs to be done differently when it comes to steel as compared to an RCC?
Yes. Yes. So, did I share the corrosion wala slide PPT with you? It is in the same PPT presentation. Okay. Different ways in which it is, see, since it is subject to atmosphere, with, these exposed members, uh, very definitely they are exposed to corrosion, or they are liable to get corroded. Correct? There's water vapor in the atmosphere. There's oxygen in the atmosphere. So oxidation हो सकता है, rusting हो सकता है, which is why those surfaces need to be finished. And the way that you can finish it is use either paints or anti-corrosive kind of finishes on it. So they definitely need to be protected. They can be encased in concrete. They can be encased in another kind of steel member which is then protected. That steel member need not take the load, okay? But it can be a steel which is anti-corrosive. Yeah.
Okay, so there's like with the roof, so there's no need to add something like brickbat hoga or something.
Brickbat Koba? No, there's no
Yeah,
need to add brickbat Koba as such, but
like regular waterproofing materials. That's not required, right?
if I'm going to use stone as my finish, then I would not need. If I'm using concrete, then yes, maybe I will need waterproofing. But these days we don't do brickbat kova, na. Shirish had shown a video last time. Do you remember? आजकल
yeah.
waterproofing का system ही change हो गया है.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there are buildings in Bombay that still do brickbat koba as the level kind of material, but today you don't need to do it with brickbat koba. You can do it by other kinds of leveling materials which are much more lightweight than brickbat koba. You can use a very sort of lightweight concrete also, which is mixed with it's a concrete that comes mixed with fly ash and things like that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Shravan has his hand raised.
So when we're talking about the joineries between members, the important thing in welding is the surface area, right? Like the surface area of the, like if I'm using a gusset plate to weld a truss to a column, then the important part is how the surface area of the weld, right?
Hmm.
When I'm holding it together. So I need to
Yeah.
create a larger plate. And when I'm bolting, the surface area that comes from the shape that joins all the bolts is the main structural or whatever the holding
See,
element,
the
right?
difference between the bolt and the weld is adding a material onto it, correct? Because I'm heating and melting it
Right.
and I'm welding it. And in the case of the bolt is that I'm puncturing, right? So in both the cases, for the load, I have to take this into consideration. So thumb rules can be followed for that. Okay, so I need if I that means कि अगर मुझे weld करना, I have to take this into consideration. मुझे bolt करना है, तो I have to take this into consideration. Okay, it's like that.
To answer the question of hot dip galvanized members, yes, it helps, but but you have to also understand the cost. So you have to weigh your choices between how much you can sort of how much expense you can make and things like that.
Yes, you can have concrete with IPS. There was some other question. Then, yeah.
What if layer the
What
concrete with
i-
IPS on a flat roof? Yes. Will it need external waterproofing? No. See the okay. So you're talking about the roof waterproofing, right? If you're creating a steel deck floor on which you're putting a concrete layer, okay, then you do what is done in any general roof waterproofing, which is it's an admixture with Mamta, correct me, there are silicon based admixtures that you actually apply on
Yeah.
top of the surface on top of your concrete surface before you do your finishes. Before you do your finishes, you will actually apply the waterproofing. So generally when that waterproofing is done, after the application of the waterproofing, you will put water on the roof, and you will create a holding pond test. Okay, you will hold water there and see if there are any more seepages or leakages, whether everything is plugged. Once that is done, then you put your finishes on top of that.
I should have gone on the board actually, but I didn't realize we'll be drawing so much. Okay, so then this is the way that you can put your roofing. These are well angles, and you can put your stone flooring into this. If you don't want this joint to happen, then your stone can be like that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
इसको notch करके
like this. हाँ, notch कर. तो ये अंदर बैठ जाता है, फिर ये आता है, then you can grout it or fill up this joint there so that this member is also, or I or L or whatever it is that you're putting here is also protected. This is your IPS or whatever stone. Okay. Yes, you might want to have these concrete panels under this. You might want. Okay.
Okay.
Might also help you to give you that slope on the on the terrace slab or whatever. Okay. But like I said, this kind of detail is your choice. करो ना तुम लोग, design your own detail.
Atharva, you have a question.
Any other question?
Yeah. So for my design, I had a very horizontal structure. So it was something like 5 meters by 16 meters.
Okay.
So I wanted to keep that horizontality of the whole structure while it is very low lying. So I was using like precast concrete slabs for the flooring for a flat roof. So, but like because of our heavy rains and like the precast slabs are not that thick, I thought that those slabs might not work. So I'm like going to a proper RCC flat slab roof. So do I need like and I'm placing my secondary beam something around 1.7 meters spans. So do I need a steel decking?
No, if you're building an RCC roof,
Hmm.
okay, then reinforced cement concrete already has. It's like any other roof, right? Why do I need a steel decking then? If you're using an RCC roof, why do I need steel decking?
Why do we need steel? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because you're
ऐसा
already reinforcement is already doing the part that the steel deck will do, right? अथर्वा,
तो you can जैसे हम लोग brick के ऊपर RCC slab डालते हैं, right?
हाँ वैसे ही
तो वैसे हम लोग steel के ऊपर RCC slab डाल सकते
डाल
हैं.
सकते हैं.
And would that precast concrete slab option would have worked?
I think so.
Yeah, it
I
can
think
work.
it would have
But
worked.
then
But
for the
again,
हाँ,
yeah, again, precast तू करेगा, वो क्या साइज में करेगा, ओके, उसको तू उठा के ऊपर डालेगा, ठीक है, फिर उसके जो जॉइंट्स होंगे, उसको कैसे नेगोशिएट करेगा, वो सब उसमें आएगा. बिकॉज प्रीकास्ट स्लैब का तो पूरा स्लैब तो एक उठा नहीं सकता है, बना ही नहीं सकता है.
And then for a RCC slab, I can go with like much higher spans, right? Because I have like 5 meters by 1.7. So like I can go from 5 meters to and 3 meters, right? So like
Yeah,
see,
1.7 by 3 or
Atharva, there are two things to this, okay? Are we talking about the concrete slab taking the load? That is the first question. If
hmm.
you want the concrete slab to be the slab, as in the structural
Just the
member,
flat roof.
or you want the concrete precast panels just to be the finish, right? Is this the structural member or is this the finish? ये तुम पहले decide करो. If this is
Okay.
the structural member, then it can be one continuous slab which will have its own beams or whatever based on the span. Correct?
Hmm.
Correct. And then how you rest that on this edge. So do you change this to an I beam here, or do you have a regular RCC beam and then you have the stanchion? On the other hand, if you're looking at the concrete slab as a finish and not as a structural member, then I
Hmm.
have my normal decking, then I have my normal I beams onto which these precast panels are sitting on.
Okay.
You understood? तो
Hmm.
load ये ले रहा है, ये नहीं load ले रहा है, ये finish हो गया ऐसे. But in the other case, in this case, this is the load transferring member. So ये slab is a structural member in this.
हाँ.
Did you understand the difference? So
Yes,
you make
yes.
a choice first कि तुमको structural member चाहिए या तुमको concrete as a finish चाहिए, or a base to take the final tiling or flooring or whatever. ये choice
Okay.
तुम्हारा है. Understand? And based on that choice, you design whatever it is. This is exactly what I mean. It's good that you're asking all these questions, but like I said, there is no one answer to anything over here. Okay.
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if we are using IPS flooring for like the bathroom area, will we have to put BVC underneath it, or is there some alternative to that?
Okay. First of all, why do you put big brick back?
To chase the pipes. I mean, to around the pipes, right?
To allow the pipes to actually
Yeah.
go through, right? Uh, what are the pipes that are going through?
Sewage pipes, and in my case, now even clean water pipe.
Okay, so which means that you're assuming that your WCs are going to be floor mounted, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, but again, you are already you are already on lower level, right? You're not building on the upper level.
Yeah, ground floor.
You're already in the ground floor, right? So then why do you need to then it can be done through your plinth work itself, right?
What?
Through your plinth, then your most of it is going through your plinth, right?
Yeah, but there would be something above the plinth, right? I mean,
Yeah, so you can put a brickbat a BBCC also, okay. But I'm saying that BBCC is generally done when you are on a or in a sunk slab, okay. When you want to put a filler, right? When you want to put a filler to finally level, okay. So BBCC is much cheaper. Yeah, but you are already, if you're already on a plinth level, you've already gotten your compacted earth, and you've got your sand and many other things that are packed into it, and you have a layer of PCC. Okay, I don't know why you need BVCC. Mamta, sorry, I need help.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, I was hunting for this presentation, so I missed that part. Yeah, so yes, that's the only reason that you would need it for the sunken slab is to take the bite. So yes, you would require it. I'm not saying कि higher floor पे नहीं लगेगा, but terrace के बारे में जो तुम लोग बात कर रहे हो, at the terrace level you might not require it anymore. Now, we are talking about the roofs, right? So
no,
at the
no.
terrace, no,
I was
earlier,
Ashna,
before your
yeah,
question.
yeah.
Before your question, we were talking about the brickbat copa on the roof. So there, yes, we can look at eliminating it, but we are not looking at eliminating it at the toilet. Okay.
So you would have brickbat Koba underneath the IPS flooring.
Yes. So you'll have like a ladi koba ladi combination. You'll have your steel members. You'll have stone. Let me draw that for you. Am I still sharing my screen or what am I doing?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh? I'm
We
sharing.
can see the fundamentals of buildings.
No, I was searching for the steel वाला. अभी कहाँ चला गया? हाँ, इधर है. Okay, so yeah. So you have your structural members. Correct? Then I'm taking
On the
my
ground floor also. No, not on the ground floor. On the ground floor, this will be the plinth beams, right?
correct Lindy. Okay. Then I'm going to do लादी. अरे यार ये चल ही नहीं रहा बराबर से. एक second. So to take the ladi, I'll have made the same L angles or whatever I showed earlier. So then there's stone ladi, which is fitting into this. Please pretend these are horizontal lines.
What's
Yeah,
that?
ladi is stone floor,
Okay.
and then there's the koba, brickbat koba, and then again there's ladi. So because it's a sing-song way to remember, it's ladi koba ladi. Okay. So
Okay.
again there's stone. Got it? So that's the brickbat koba, which will take the tiles. So I have stone here because I can't afford leakage and whatever water to seep through. I have plinth beams, either RCC or metal, right? Or beams niche, correct? And this is
Yeah.
my sunk slab. Then this will go up over here. Okay, this will turn around. Yeah.
Mamta, shall I show the plinth section, the one that
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
shown last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just share. Just hold on. Mamta, you can stop sharing. And
I stopped. Did I stop?
Oh, you stopped it.
Are you a presenter or what is it? Are you
I
allowed to
think
present?
last time you allowed me to present, so I'm assuming. Oops. Can you guys see?
It's coming.
Just a second. Okay, can you guys see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Flo, are you there? Are you able to see?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so here, see, we've created a plinth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Mamta was saying, there's a plinth beam. Okay.
Hmm.
Then we have raised the wall and we have introduced the damp proof course. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. When you're creating the plinth, there was a certain point where you rammed the earth and then you did a rubber soling. okay,
Yeah.
on which you did a 6-inch PCC, okay, and then you have your finished floor, okay.
Yeah.
If your pipes are not going lot inwards, okay, which means that you have sufficient sort of ability to create slope within the 6-inch PCC, okay, then I don't think you need to do BBCC. Flo, are you there?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so that's one, okay. But if your pipes are going much further inside and you're planning to move a lot of piping through your plinth, okay, meaning through a longer distance, then and the slope required is going to be more than 6 inches, okay, then
Yeah.
you should do a BBCC below.
All right.
Okay, because I'll tell you why. Because you don't want to waste so much of money in PCC. PCC is more expensive than BBCC,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So that's the way in which you can decide. Okay, I don't know why you are doing uh, floor mounted WCs. I want to know because you're on plinth and it's okay. Is that why?
No, because my walls are made of bamboo and they won't take the pipes.
Because your walls are made of bamboo. Okay, okay, that answers. Mamta, am I
Okay,
right? Is that
yes,
that?
but
Yeah, मतलब क्या है
Navya,
कि उसको BVCC करने का जरूरत तभी है जब उसको डेप्थ ज्यादा चाहिए.
हाँ नहीं
Otherwise, हाँ
और
बोल.
मुझे dig नहीं करना है into the plinth,
हाँ,
right?
exactly.
See, Namya is also asking why am I doing BBC when there is a plinth stuff, but मुझे नहीं dig कर, I don't disturb all that, right? So I have brick pad koba that is specific to the toilet area, the floor of the toilet, correct? It's not
That's
there
also
all over the place.
yeah.
So मैं अगर मुझे repair करना है, कुछ करना है, that's all that I need to dig and clear up. If I do something into the plinth, then the leakage can get into the entire ground there, right? Which I don't want to happen.
The other thing we have to remember is that when you do your toilet, even on the ground level, okay, after you do your PCC, say in this case, okay, you will do a waterproofing kind of application and then do your finish floor in the toilets, okay, and generally that waterproofing application will go on the floor or on the PCC rather, and it will rise up on the walls up to say maybe 1.5 feet or something like that, 45 centimeters. Yeah, so it runs on the wall a little bit and it runs on the floor. Yeah, because you don't want seepages to enter into your plinth as well. Yeah, even if you're on the ground level. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'll
Aditya had his hand raised
stop
earlier.
sharing.
Oh yeah,
No,
Aditya.
it was my mistake.
Okay, I just want to show you this thing which Shirish mentioned, na, CG wala. ये first year में दिखाया, but of course we didn't do anything in detail at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have just put this into today's presentation. Yeah. So this is what you have to take care of. Can you see this detail to the right? Detail L, ये वाला detail. Yeah. So can you see how they are acting together on this plate? This is your gusset plate here at the back, right? And how these and these are all L's. This is an L, this is an L, this is an L. All three are L's. And how by aligning this, you ensure that the CG is acting precisely for you. All these this connection, all of them. Yeah. I'll add this slide to our today's PPT and then upload so that you have this to refer to. Okay. And you'll get all the details. Yeah. Can you see this detail here? The ridge piece and this. Can you see this? Again, these angles. This is my plate, gusset plate. This can take the shape of a hexagon or something. Yeah. This may not be just a square, right?
Yeah.
Can whatever shape. This can take the shape. But otherwise, basically, this receives all the members. While these two are welded together here at this point, it's taking this plate is taking these two members, and as you can see, they're aligned like this. They have to be aligned for the forces to act accurately. Okay.
Otherwise, there is eccentric motion in your truss. Okay,
Yeah.
then what happens is that the plate is actually coming in action. Okay, and the plate ka purpose is only to anchor the members in place. That's it. Yeah, and to transfer that load from one member to the other member. Okay.
Yeah. Some more joinery. I'll just add these slides to
Yeah.
today's presentation. Okay. There was this thing that I wanted to show. वो ही था. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Any more questions? Next time we'll be doing the staircase. So then,
Staircases. I'll
Yeah.
show them staircases next time. Okay. Mamta, shall we stop?
yeah.
Okay. Thanks, guys.